All right, today we're diving into a new AI called Kimi K2.5. And this one does something, well, something pretty wild. It doesn't just solve problems on its own. It actually builds its own team of AI experts to get the job done. So how on earth does that work? Let's get into it.
Just imagine this for a second. What if an AI, instead of just plodding along step by step, could actually act like a super smart project manager? Look at a really tough problem, figure out all the pieces, and then just, poof, create a whole team of specialist AIs to tackle all those pieces at once. That's the big idea we're going to unpack today.
So the next big leap for AI, it's not just about more power or more speed. It's really about teaching them to learn and work in a totally different way. And Kimi K2.5 is right at the forefront of this, with two really clever new ideas, one for how it sees the world and another for how it gets things done as a team.
All right, first up, let's talk about how an AI learns to see. See, for most models, it's a two-step process. They learn language first, get really good at text, and then vision gets kind of bolted on later. It's like if you learned to read for 10 years before you ever saw a picture. The skills are totally separate. So the team behind Kimi thought, wait a minute, is there a better way to do this?
And this is where their big idea comes in. The old way, text first, vision later. The Kimi way, no way. They train on both vision and text together right from the get-go. Think about it. It's how a little kid learns, right? You see a dog and hear the word dog at the same time. The two things are completely intertwined. And the result is huge. The skills don't just sit side by side. They actually boost each other, making the AI better at both.
Okay, this new way of learning leads to something they call zero vision SFT. Now I know, that sounds super technical, but the concept is actually really cool and simple. Because the AI learned to see and read so deeply together, you can now trigger its powerful vision skills using only text. You don't need to feed it a bunch of new pictures to get it to think visually. That connection is already baked right in. It's like a secret superpower that's been there all along, just waiting to be activated.
So Kimi K2.5 has this much smarter way of seeing things. That's awesome. But that's only half the story. Now we get to the second and maybe even bigger challenge. Just how slow AI can be on really complex stuff. I mean, it doesn't matter how brilliant a single AI is. If it has to tackle a massive problem one step at a time, it's going to hit a wall. It's just a huge, frustrating bottleneck.
And this is their solution. Instead of one single agent doing all the work step by step, they unleash what they call an agent swarm. It's all about working in parallel. The difference is night and day. It's like one person laying every single brick for a house versus a whole construction crew working on the foundation, the walls, and the roof all at the same time. Which one's going to be faster?
And here's how that swarm actually works. At the center of it all, you have this orchestrator. Just think of it as the head chef in a Michelin star kitchen. It gets a super complicated order, that's our problem, but instead of running around trying to cook every dish itself, it instantly spawns a whole team of expert chefs. It's like, okay, you're the biography researcher, and you're now a web developer, and you're my fact checker. And just like that, it hands out the jobs, and they all get to work at the exact same time.
So, does all this teamwork actually pay off? Well, check out this number.
Yep, 4.5 times faster. By getting that whole swarm to work in parallel, Kimi can crush complex tasks way faster than a single AI could. And listen, that's not just a little bump in performance, that's a total game changer. It makes it possible to tackle huge problems that were just too slow and clunky to even attempt before.
And what's really cool is that this team isn't just some generic crew. The orchestrator is smart. It custom builds the perfect team for whatever job you throw it at. I mean, look at these roles it can create on the fly. A biography researcher, a verification specialist, a cross-reference analyst. It's a totally dynamic and adaptive squad built from scratch for every single problem.
Okay, the ideas are really clever, right? Smarter vision, AI teamwork, it all sounds great on paper. But here's the billion-dollar question. How does Kimi K2.5 actually perform against the heavyweights, the big names we all know? Let's see what the data says.
This chart really lays it all out. Look for the blue K bar, that's Kimi K2.5, and it's going toe-to-toe with absolute giants like GPT, Claude, and Gemini. And check it out, across all these different categories, agent performance, coding, even understanding images and video, it's not just holding its own. In a lot of these key areas, it's actually setting the new high score.
Let's zoom in on a couple of these because they're pretty impressive. Take Browse Comp. That's a really tough test for how well an AI can browse the web to find info. Kimi beats GPT 5.2 by a pretty big margin. Then there's SW Bench for coding. It actually edges out Gemini 3 Pro there. And for understanding video, it's ahead of Claude Opus 4.5. So yeah, these aren't just abstract numbers. This is about being better at really hard practical things.
So let's step back for a second. What does all this actually mean? Why should you care about Kimi K2.5? Well, it's about way more than just scoring a few extra points on a chart. This is about showing us a whole new way to build smarter, more capable AI.
So let's break down the big ideas here. First, to get smarter vision, you have to train it with language right from the start. They're a team. Second, the whole agent swarm idea, letting an AI build and manage its own team, is a super powerful way to solve complex problems without getting stuck. And here's maybe the biggest deal of all. Kimi K2.5 is open source. That means researchers and developers all over the world can take these ideas and run with them.
And they're not shy about why they're doing this. You can see it right here in their own words. They're not just trying to win a competition. They're trying to help the entire open source community move forward and speed up the journey toward what they call general agentic intelligence. It's a really collaborative mission.
And that leaves us with one last mind-bending thought to chew on. Okay, so we've just seen that one AI can build and manage its own team. But what happens next? What becomes possible when entire teams of these AIs start working together? Well, that's a future that just got a whole lot closer.